Written in to tell me that they missed my 5 minutes of free advice. And so, for you, here we are again at 1 o'clock in the morning, 3 a.m. Central Time, which I just returned from. 5 minutes of advice on 5 ways that you helped me in business and one way that it hurt. Well, one thing is I learned in business and from judo to be really good at multitasking. I'm running a startup now, and during all the years I was competing, I had to be a full time employee, and for many of them, the mother of a small child and a full time student before I was the mother of a small child. So, pretty much the entire time I was competing, I was doing at least two full time things. Being one full time person. So you learn to multitask. Now I'm doing software development, sales, data analysis, consulting on the side to bring in money until the sales come up. And that ability to work really hard on a lot of things, to in the car while we're driving to judo be telling Maria what's three times two, what's four plus four, that has translated into making computer games to teach math, but also into never wasting a minute. Another thing I got from judo was the idea to never stop learning. No matter how much I won, I was always going to training camps, visiting other clubs, working with my own coaches to constantly learn more, and never being satisfied that I'm good enough, I'm so amazing. And it's the same way now. I run a software company. We've done okay, but I'm always trying to learn about new programming languages or new operating systems to move our games into different areas. The big thing I learned from judo that's been super helpful in running business is to cope with being tired and keep on going. You've seen that saying, I don't quit when I'm tired, I quit when I'm done. Well, a lot of people say that, but don't really do it. To give you an example, I was at a client's office at 9 a.m. this morning, and I got home, and that was 9 a.m. Central Time, so 7 a.m. Pacific, and I got home here at 11 p.m. and now it's 1 a.m. So I've pretty much been on the go from 7 a.m. our time to 1 a.m. And that's just the way it is day after day after day. So learning to cope with it's hard. It's hard and you just suck it up and be a grown up, be a woman. And so I got that out of judo. And there's a lot of people that they go to work and they try to do whatever is required of them, but then they get tired and it gets hard and they can't figure it out. And they say, well, this is unreasonable. And it's true, it is unreasonable, but world championships are won and successful companies are started by people who are unreasonable because an unreasonable amount of effort is required. An important thing that's really helped me from judo is to know that not everyone has to believe in me. When I won the world championships, everybody was surprised pretty much, except for maybe a couple of my closest friends. And to be truthful, they didn't know that much about judo. I think even my coaches were surprised. I called up Jimmy Martin and, the phone rings and it's like 3 a.m. LA time because I was in Austria. And he answers the phone. He goes, somebody wants to fucking get killed. And I said, Jimmy, I won. I won the world championships. And he's like, babe, you can call me at 3 a.m. anytime. But my point is, he wasn't up waiting for that call. Now running a startup, most startups fail and we're still going after 4 years. And I talk to investors and like, well, you don't have whatever it is they think we ought to have, I don't know, blue hair or t-shirts with unicorns on them, whatever the fuck. But we're still here. You don't need people to believe in you. You just need to believe in yourself and keep going. The other thing is, I learned about people. A lot of people talk a good game. We've had a lot of people come into our company. Oh, I'm going to do sales for you. And they didn't sell shit. All right. So that's why I'm out meeting with schools and calling people all the time. Lots of people say they want to win, but they don't show up at practice. So that kind of learning to evaluate people by the results instead of how good of a line they've got has helped me. But it hasn't been all roses and buttercups. The one place where I think judo hurt me was not learning to ask for help. My late husband commented to me that he felt as if playing on a basketball team was a real benefit to him because he learned to rely on other people. Even if they maybe weren't as good of a basketball player as him, you can't play on a team by yourself. And judo is an individual sport. And so I think I've often relied on myself to win or lose, it's all on me. And because judo is a sport where you're supposed to be tough, you're supposed to suck it up. If I've fought with I fought with so many little broken toes and fractured wrist, and with my thumb out of joint, and had my elbow come out and pop it back in, and that's just the sort of thing you do. And you don't ask for anybody's help. You don't ask anybody to come out on the mat and rescue you. Well, that's okay. But sometimes maybe when you're having trouble figuring something out, it's okay to count on somebody else. We have a Kickstarter campaign coming up, and one of the things I'm going to need to do is email a lot of my friends and say, hey, can you back us on Kickstarter? Can you tweet this out? Can you tell everybody about it? Because it's important to us for reasons I will tell you later. Not soon, but later. So I think that's one of the things that judo hurt me in learning to be a little bit too independent, a little bit too tough, because sometimes you do need to rely on other people. So that's over 5 minutes of free advice, but hey, it's been a while. So there you go.